Welcome to the Base 10 Blocks lesson. There are 4 different types of blocks that when used together can help you to see what a number looks like and understand its value. These blocks are identified as ones, represented by a unit, tens, which is represented by a rod, hundreds, which is represented by flat, and thousands, which is represented by cube. Here we have our base 10 blocks of 1,000 cube, our 100 block, which is the flat, our 10 block, which is the rod, and our 1 block, the unit. We use the blocks for making groups of 10, using the smaller units and combining them to make new units. For example, 10 ones make up one of the next larger unit, which is tens. 10 of those units make up one of the next larger units, which is hundreds, and so on. Here we have 10 ones. 10 ones make up 1 10. So 10 ones, or 10 units, would give us 1 rod. Ten tens would give us 100. 10 tens make up 100. So 10 rods will make up 100 or give us a flat. You see here, 10 hundreds combined together would give us 1,000. So 10 hundreds make up 1,000. So the base 10 blocks review again. The rod is equal to 10. So 1 10, and we saw was made up of 10 ones. The flat, which is equal to 100. So the 100 block is made up of 10 tens. That 100 block can also be made up using 100 ones. So we can use 100 ones to make a 100 block, and we can also use 10 tens to make the 100 block. The cube is equal to 1,000, and we saw where we use 10 hundreds to make 1,000. So 10 hundreds make 1,000. We can also have 100 tens combined together to also make 1,000. We can also have 1,000 ones, 1,000 units, to also make 1,000. So 1,000 ones will give us that 1,000. 100 tens will also give us 1,000, and 10 hundreds when combined will give us 1,000. Let's move on to our first example. How many ones are there in 3 tens? We have our first set of 10 ones, another set of 10 ones, and our third set of 10 ones. So we're adding 10 ones, add 10 ones, add 10 ones. So there are 30 ones in 3 tens. Another example. How many tens are there in 200s? We have 10 tens in the first 100 and another 10 tens in the second 100. So the first 100 tens, so the first tens and the second tens are together. There are 20 tens in 200s. Another example. How many hundreds are there in 3,000s? There are 10 hundreds in 1,000. And we have 3,000. So 10 hundreds in the first 1,000, 10 hundreds in the second 1,000, and 10 hundreds in the third 1,000. So there are 30 hundreds in 3,000s. Another example. How many hundreds are there in 6,000s? We have 10 hundreds in the first 1,000, 10 hundreds second 1,000, add 10 hundreds in the third 1,000, add 10 hundreds in the fourth 1,000, we add another 10 hundreds, that's for the fifth 1,000, and 10 hundreds in the 6,000. So we have 10 hundreds plus 10 hundreds plus 10 hundreds plus 10 hundreds at 10 hundreds and 10 hundreds. So 10 hundreds added 6 times. There are 60 hundreds in 6,000s. Practice. How many ones are there in 6 tenths? (61) Great work. There are 60 ones in 6 tenths. How many tens are there in 500s? 50 tens. There are 50 tens in 500s. How many ones are there in 500s? There are 500 ones in 500s. How many hundreds are there in 4,000s? There are 40 hundreds in 4,000s. Another question. How many ones are there in 4,000s? There are 4,000 ones in 4,000s. Let's recap. We use the blocks for making groups of 10, using the smaller units and combining them to make new units. 10 ones make up one of the next larger unit, which is tens, and we saw that. And 10 of those units make up one of the next larger unit, hundreds, and so on. We saw where 1 10 is made up of 10 ones, 100 made up of 10 tens, or 100 can also be made up from 100 ones. 1,000 can be made up of 10 hundreds. 1,000 can also be made up of 100 tens. 1000 can also be made up of 1000 ones.